What's up, guys? Welcome to an episode of Skywars. We're back. And we're on Noble PvP texture pack again. I really like this texture pack, actually. If you notice in the bottom left corner, there's like, it shows my inventory, so I don't have to actually open my inventory to see what I've got like hidden in there. I can just look down at the bottom left corner of my screen, which is really cool. But we're not talking about texture packs today. We're talking about school, because when do I ever talk about anything different? We're just gonna go over a recap of basic recent events. Also, I want to say thank you for 260 subscribers. I haven't been thanking you guys for milestones lately, and I swear it's not that I don't care. Every milestone is a big deal. I've just been busy, and then by the time I can make another video, the milestone passed like 2 weeks ago, so it's not great. It's not great, but you know, that's pretty cool. Also, I wanted to say before we actually get into the normal topic, my friend group, the Late Night Squad, we got a YouTube channel set up, and we're gonna start uploading on there pretty regularly. So I'll be in it. Fallen, Tristan, Raptor, you know all of them. They'll all be in it. We're gonna try and pump things out regularly, like when we hang out. So yeah, look forward to that. Please go subscribe. I'll link it in the description. And now on to the school topics. So first thing we're going to talk about is Spanish, because as we all know, I just love Spanish class, and my teacher, she's great. You know, the best teacher I've ever had. Never had any issues or complaints about her. So she has decided that our final project of the year, you'll never guess, it's another personal story. She's like, we're gonna make mini books in Preterite Imperfect, which, by the way, we still have not. I have been in this class for a full semester now, almost a full semester, and I haven't learned anything new. I knew Preterite Imperfect tense and indefinite tense and present progressive tense in Spanish too. I have learned nothing this year. So her newest project is that we have to write a story. We haven't been given what about yet, but we're doing a practice where we write a story about a birthday that we've had. And so she calls me over, and she's checking on everyone's progress. So she calls me over and she's checking on mine, and she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't do anything for my birthday. I was gonna ask, do you want me to like pretend I do stuff?" And over in the corner, yes, I do stuff for my birthday, but I was busy working on assignments for other classes that actually mattered, because this is just a practice assignment, and I know she doesn't grade practice assignments. I would have been fine not doing it. I still haven't done it. Oh yeah, I wanted that kill. But so I'm like, yeah, I just didn't know if you wanted me to like use my imagination and pretend I do stuff, because I usually just lay in bed. I sleep in. I don't go to school, which is a lie. I do go to school, because it's always on testing days, because my birthday's at the end of the school year. But anyways, so she's like, yeah, just use your imagination. I'm like, all right, well, what all do I need to in these things if I'm supposed to be using my imagination? She's like, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I can say this, and she's like, no. I'm like, what? But anyways, continuing with the story. So I'm like, what? You just said that there's no limits. I can like say I did this or this or this, and she's like, yeah, but there are some limits. I'm like, what? Then can you tell me what I need to include at least? What do I need in this story that I'm making up? And she's like, oh, well, you have to talk about what kind of birthday cake you had and how many presents you got and what you got. I'm like, what if I don't care about material goods? What if I'm not like counting the presents or looking at, oh, hey, look what I got? No. What if I'm just enjoying the time that I spend with the people that are at my birthday? And she's like, oh, well, let me show you a story from my thing. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't answer my question, but fine. And so she shows me, and she talks about all the gifts she got for like 10 sentences straight in it. I'm like, dude, I don't care about the gifts. I just need an excuse to hang out with my friends and family. What? I'm not like saying, oh, my favorite gift was, this PlayStation gift card. No, I'm saying, hey, look, I got to go bowling with my friends. We went to laser tag, whatever, which all things that I have done in the past for my birthday, by the way. And she's like, well, I want to know what makes, like, what did you do? And I'm like, I didn't do anything, but here's how I imagine what I would do. And I just tell her exactly what I usually do, which is I invite some friends to go do something. We go do that something. and then we leave. It's that simple. I sleep in when it's on a weekend. When it's on a school day, I get up as normal because, again, I have it at the end of the year when all the testing's going on, because why wouldn't it? So yeah, I'm like, dude, I don't care about these material goods. What are you on about? And she's like, well, you got to tell me about the presents you get. I'm like, I don't get presents. Which, I mean, again, I do, but like the whole point is to prove her like I don't need all of that. It's like it just goes back and forth like this for a while. And eventually, she finally gives in. And she's like, all right, fine. If you don't want to write about the presents you get, write about what you're doing. I'm like, thank you. And I'm like, which tense? And she goes, preterite, indefinite, and imperfect. You got to do it twice. And I'm like, what? Which, if you don't know the difference, right? So, indefinite is like, I did blank yesterday. Like, I went to the store yesterday. That would be indefinite because you did it once. I don't know why it's called indefinite, because I'm pretty sure indefinite means you don't know when it happened, but you know, that's just my interpretation of the word. You know, it doesn't necessarily align with the dictionaries, maybe, but maybe it does. And you know, that's just... But anyways, the other one is imperfect, which is like I used to do, or I would do this, and like it happened more than once. So like when I was a kid, I would go to school at whatever time. Like that's what it is. And so I'm like, okay, so you want me to write it twice? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, so I'll just write the first one and then ask if it's good, and then I'll rewrite it the second time. And she's like, no. I'm like, what? And so she then explains to me that I have to write it twice in both tenses, different ways, both times. And I'm like, dude, no, please, that's so much extra work for an assignment I just genuinely don't care about, please. So eventually she's like, all right, fine, you can do it, but I'm gonna duck off a little bit of your grade. I'm like, that's fine. I genuinely do not care about my grade in this class. Like, Spanish class is just okay. Spanish class is just like you see, I liked my Spanish class last year. If you go back and you look at old videos from like spring 2022, I talked about my Spanish class a lot, and I really liked it. I might not have said it in the moment, but I did. So, like, it was a huge downgrade. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, you tried your best. So yeah, I was actually, I'm very annoyed about her. Ah! God, I hate when that happens. I'm just busy. I'm minding my own business, dude. Just mining redstone, and then someone else pops up from... no, please. I'm so bad at this game. I haven't played in so long, please. Oh, but I killed them first. This works. So anyways, final rant. But English class not that bad. We're just in a Shakespeare unit, which I've already made a video on Shakespeare in the past. But history class, we've just been, well, we haven't been given our last project yet. I know that she told us about it, but I haven't like done more research into it. I don't even remember what it is, to be entirely honest with you. But we're learning about essays. And here's the thing about this history class, right? We don't learn anything about history. We're like every now and then she gives us a lecture. But usually, right, we have our reading guides, and we have to learn everything from those, and she just teaches us about how to write an essay. Like, what? I get that, right? AP essays, they're a big deal, right? When the AP test, you know, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. But I feel like I would rather go into an AP essay only kind of knowing what they want, because I've written AP essays before. Our ninth grade history teacher got us ready for those, because he knew that we'd be going into AP. So he, you know, got us ready for AP essays, and I got a 6 out of 6 on all of them. But she, like, spends more time teaching us about how to make an essay. But I would rather know what I'm going to be writing about. I don't want to go into the essay blind when they, like, ask me, oh, well, compare, you know, the Aztecs to the Spanish Empire. And I'm like, wait, what? There was a Spanish Empire? Like, obviously I know that. But that's just an example. Like, you know, not knowing something, because instead of learning it, I'm told, here, read about it on your own time for homework that you don't want to do, so you're not even paying attention to the content. You're just writing down the answer word for word out of the text. Like, that is what I do. I just sit there for hours and write down the answers word for word right out of the text, and then I jump onto my other homework after. Like, it's really not, like, I'm not learning anything. That's what I want to say. I'm not learning anything. So going into these AP tests and these AP essays, it doesn't even matter that I know how to write one, because I don't know anything about them. Like, sure, maybe some people would look at that and blame it on me and be like, oh, well, you know, you should pay more attention when you're doing your thing. But do you know how many questions there are in those packets? When she gives us the packet, she's like, oh, it only has this many questions. But each question has like 17 sub-questions to it. It's like, oh, well, how did the Industrial Revolution lead to the rise of the German Empire? And then, but also tell me how the Industrial Revolution led to the end of this empire. And it's not different questions. It's all in one question. And so it's like, you know, and how did this lead to this, and this lead to this? And then you go to the next question, it's about something entirely different. It's like, oh, forget the Industrial Revolution. What was going on in Haiti during, you know, 18 whatever? I'm like, what? I'm not doing... It ends up being not 100, you know, like the current packet we are on has 140 questions, supposedly. But my assumption is, with all of the little mini questions that she works in, it's probably closer to like 200-ish. So, like, it's not that easy. So anyways, yeah, I'm learning nothing in school. But that was another episode of Skywars, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. I don't know. The survival episode is almost out as well, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell for that if you're interested in the survival series. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!